Yo, I ain't here for the money, I ain't here for the fame. Though it might be nice to own a jet plane, I'ma do it all for you, come along and see it's true.
Hey guys, and welcome back to another Minecraft episode here on the Highcraft server. So, we've got a bit of work to do today. I have been gathering up some materials, and I think we're going to put together 3 shulker boxes, and hopefully we can go ahead and create these 3, dye them all black, which is at least my plan. 1, a 2, and a 3. And we'll just put this here. We got a 1 black, we got a 2 black, and we got a 3 black. Okay, so I'm going to use these 3, at least initially, to be my transportation block. So we'll be using that here today with the project that we're going to be doing. We are going to go ahead and start work on the creeper farm. So I've got a lot of materials I need to gather up, and first of all, I need probably to put these 3 shulker boxes down, because I'm thinking that I want to take a bunch of cobble. Yep, so we'll do 1 thing of cobble. That should be sufficient. We'll do another one with smooth stone, so we'll take all of this. There we go, smooth stone. All right, awesome. And yep, we still have a little bit more. And then the last one, I don't really know what the 3rd block is going to be. I'm thinking maybe, I don't really know. So we'll have to figure that part out. But I did do just a little bit of work over in the ocean area. I managed to get all of the concrete placed. I managed to get some of the sand removed. If I remember correctly, I got some of the sand removed. And yeah, so we've got a nice kind of head start on things. Now I do need to find some tripwire hooks. There we go. So we'll actually only be able to have 18 positions right now. But that should be okay. I just want to get this kind of started, and then we can sort of go from there. So I'm going to head on over to the site for our creeper farm, and with any luck, we can get this project started today. Alright, so we made it back over to our construction site. A few changes have taken place. First of all, this is now just a little bit above the water line. All the way down to the bottom and just a little bit out is now concrete, and I've installed some doors. So I think what the first plan, that's so funny. I think the first plan of action should be to remove all the sand on the inside. That'll give us kind of a little bit of space to work with, and then we can figure out kind of exactly the height that we're looking for, and the the width, I guess. Is that a weird block glitch? It is. Okay, so there. All right, and just that quick, we now have all of this taken care of. So all this is just a 5x5 giant hole in the ground. Nothing too fancy. I mean, it's right now it's got the kind of the beginnings of a build. So I think I want to actually replace this with more concrete. However, I don't think I have any with me. So we might have to do that a little bit later. Ugh. Oh, I missed this door. Oh, shoot. Well, that was an incident. Where's my doors? There's the door. Okay. All right, so the plan is right here in this spot, we're going to be putting a creeper farm that we're going to be building. So we need to, first of all, figure out what the block level is that is 1 up from where I am right now. And a boop. All right, so this is block level 48. So if the water line is at 64, that means we're already good. But we're going to go ahead and build up at least kind of 10 or 15 above the water line. And to do that, I've brought some materials. Obviously, I brought the cobblestone and the stone. The stone I'm going to convert into stone brick, and that's going to be pretty much what we do the floor out of for the entire build. It's going to be just regular old stone brick, and I'm just going to put all this gravel back. And then the walls we're just going to do out of cobble. And yeah, it's going to look ugly, but it will be functional. So I've got a little bit of building to do. I'm going to get some work done, and I'll be right back. All right, so there we go. All the sides are in with the exception of this strip right here. And obviously, as discussed before, it does go below the water line. Now, in looking at this, I'm not real thrilled with the concrete right here. So I need to get some more cobblestone, and I think I'm going to rip all of this concrete out and just replace it with cobble. But unfortunately, I've used up pretty much all of the cobblestone I had in my inventory, and we don't really have any place to put everything. So I need to make like just a small little kind of workbench area, kind of a temporary floating dock. So I think maybe we'll just surround the entire structure with a dock. I've got a ton of wood. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. That should be enough, I think. So if we just kind of take, I need to get that back. So let me get out of here. Oh, well, that's okay. That's fun. So I'm thinking if I do a little something like this, and I just kind of slab. Nope, that's the wrong spot. There. We'll just kind of. Oh, geez, it's so hard to swim. There. Okay, and of course those fall to the bottom. So we'll just kind of bring this out just a little. That should be enough, and then just kind of take it over this way. Like that. Yeah, that's fine. And then we can just kind of build up on this just a little bit. Kind of like that. There we go. Ah, perfect. Okay, that's enough room. All right, cool. So now I need to pull out all of this concrete that is above the water line, I think is what I'll do. And yeah, just replace it with the rest of the cobble. I don't like the way this block just kind of shows up through the edge, so we may have to reconsider that one. We could do it later. Yeah, I mean, we could put a different block altogether, like a transition block to take it from the cobble to the concrete. Well, that's something to consider. All right, well, either way, I've done that. I've replaced the gravel that was on the bottom with all of the extra concrete that we had from that. So yeah, I think we're pretty much done with the base construction. Other than the collection system, which is just going to be hoppers that are at this level right here. So I guess we should probably light this inside up, and we'll just do 4 torches like that. So that should keep any mobs from spawning down here on this lower level. All right, so yeah, I think now I'm reconsidering again. This might need to go down one more level. So like if we did 4 different sides, this would be 2 feeding in from here, coming out to there. May have to do a circular pattern to get even coverage with all the hoppers and chests. I hadn't considered that. All right, well, that's fine. We can sort that out later. In the meantime, I've got more construction to do. I need to fill that one line in and going all the way up. And yeah, I'll meet you guys back over here once I get all done with that. All right, so I was thinking about this this farm design, and I think I'm going to change it. So originally this was going to be 4 like sets of creeper farms, all feeding into a central core where everything dropped and fell to its death. I think I'm going to change it. I think what I'm going to do is 2 sides will be all creepers. We'll do the creeper specific spawn way, and then the other 2 will just be regular kind of farms. So that way anything will spawn, and then I'm thinking probably right around this level here. So let me just, oh, I've got a couple more pieces of concrete. If I just right here build kind of a little bit of a platform, we can take a look on the inside and see if that'll actually work. I think it will. So what I've done is down at the bottom, I've built kind of a little bit of a structure up like that. So what I'm thinking we'll do is along this edge here going up, we'll have like a row of blocks. Same thing on all 4 corners. And then at this level right here, in the middle section, we'll have like an area for like killing things, I guess. And then we can maybe somehow toggle it on and off so that water will flow and bring everything into the middle. That might work. I'll have to see. For now, we may make it a mob farm where you swing your sword and kill stuff and you get XP. But for now, I think I'm just going to focus on the actual kind of creeper farm. All right, so now that we have a ladder going all the way up to the top, we're going to build the floor section for the first like water channel. So to do that, we're going to need a ton of slabs. And I'm going to just take this out. I'm probably going to start small, so we'll only go out about, 8 or so blocks. So the floor will be stone slabs. So, and then we're going to run it at 3 wide, I think. This should be totally sufficient for what we're trying to do. So let me just go out, what's that, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and we'll go 9. Okay, so now I just need to get this all filled in, do the other side, and add 2 high walls along the edges, and that should pretty much do it for this little section here. Yeah, all right, cool. All right, so it's taken a little bit of time to get it right, but I really like the way that this looks, especially kind of from out here, a little bit of a distance. Now, I have an idea. I don't know if I'm going to actually be able to do it or not, but on top of the farm, once we get it fully operational and where I want it, I'm thinking about building like either a creeper head or a creeper torso up on top. So like if this is the top layer, it'll be kind of centered and it'll go up, maybe like 50 blocks or 30 blocks or something. And you'll definitely be able to see it from a distance as you approach. So I don't know if this was a documented change or not, but trapdoors used to, at least with sticky pistons, be able to be pushed and pulled. And that seems to have been recently changed, which really kind of messes up my plans. So there's a design out there by El Mango, I believe, who basically puts a trapdoor directly in front of a piston, and then by walking in front of the piston, or by being basically right in this position here, the piston gets pushed. However, sticky pistons don't seem to be doing that anymore, which definitely kind of puts a damper on my design. So I think I'm going to hop into a creative world real quick and try to come up with an alternative. I have an idea though. All right, so here we are on the Highcraft test world. This is the design I've come up with. On the back here, I've got a line of redstone, and inside I have a small blacked out chamber, which contains a few bats and a ton of space. Now, on the roof side, you may not actually be able to see it, but the whole entire roof area is covered with trapdoors. So my hope is that if I block this off and go a little bit away, we'll just kind of fly off into the distance a bit. We will see a creeper or two spawn in there after just a few seconds. So if we just kind of make a loop right like this, kind of fly a little bit away and then come on back towards it. That should be enough. So let's check it out. Hopefully, oh my gosh. Oh, okay. Now, if we push this button, this should allow, and I'll just make a little bit of a hole. Wow, that's a lot of creepers. So if I kind of hit this hole, they should all flow out. Oh, there is a spider though. I hadn't considered that. Yeah, spiders can totally spawn in that wide of a gap also. Well, I mean, getting some string isn't the worst thing ever. Yeah. All right. Well, I guess we may have a spider spawner also, but that means we're gonna have to change the fall shoot design a little bit. All right, well, let's get back over to the Highcraft server and we'll take a look. All right, guys, so I'm just back for a quick kind of progress update, and we ran out of cobblestone, so I had to go kind of borrow some from Raven, and in exchange I have agreed to provide her with the first batch of things, the first kind of batch of the rockets that we get out of here. Now the creeper farm base is only the creeper farm itself is only the first half of this sort of project that we're doing today. I also want to place a sugarcane farm on top with bud switches and all that bit. So that's something else that we'll be doing here fairly soon. However, I think we'll have that kind of go out the backside now that this is going to be a much larger footprint. So as you can see, I've gotten quite a fair amount done. I don't think we're going to get the whole thing done today. So we'll probably, with any luck, get this half kind of up and running. Yeah, it's not great. because of the volume of materials that we're having to use. So yeah, well, I'm gonna get back to work. I've got a bunch more of these trapdoors to place all along there. I need to finish filling in the walls. The ceiling is done, and this is the last few trapdoors for the side. So now this wall, the dispensers need to go on along the back, which I need to go pick up and or build. I may spend a little bit of time over in the mob spawner over at the spawn base area, and then a ton more tripwire hooks, which means I'm probably going to need, or I'm sorry, a ton more trap doors, which means I'm going to need a ton more wood. But, oh, I still have some left. All right, cool. Well, with any luck, we'll be done with this soon. So I'll be back probably once the walls are in, and, or at least once the trapdoors are in, and just in time to put in all of the walls and put in the dispensers. All right, so the first half is basically formed out. We've got our wall in place. We need to put down all of these dispensers. We need to finish up this wall, have a connecting wall that kind of goes over there, one that goes over there, and then the same thing on this side, walls and dispensers. And then we're going to need a ton of buckets. So I'm definitely going to be doing a lot of up and down. I could probably just steal the water from in here, but yeah, in the meantime, I need to head on over to spawn and grab up as many dispensers as I can from over there, which means I'm going to be running home, getting my broken gear, going to spawn, and working a little bit in the mob grinder. So yeah, I'm just going to skip through that. I'm not going to have you guys watch. It's the same thing we've done, I mean, literally a dozen and 100 times. So I'll be back over here with hopefully a bunch of dispensers, some more levels, repaired gear, and yeah, that's pretty much it. All right, I'll see you guys in a bit. All right, guys, so it's been quite a while, and I've managed to craft up quite a few dispensers, actually. I've gotten a bit of iron, I've gotten a ton of XP, managed to repair all of the different gear, and I'm just working on kind of my last round of crafting before we head on back over. So I really have to say, this new crafting system, I'm kind of liking it more and more every time I use it, because I mean, you can just take whatever, you know, the random materials are that you get, and you can be like, oh, I want to build in this case, dispenser. So you just grab up a bunch of bows. Obviously, in this case, you need to fix the bows. But I just go ahead and, you know, run the bows through the fixer. And then, okay, cool, we've got 3. So let's just build up 3 dispensers. DIS. And there's a 1. Boop. And there's a 2. Boop. And there's a 3. Boop. Just like that. It's so simple. I mean, it's definitely a lot better in that respect. And then while I was over here waiting for mobs to spawn and stuff, I made up a ton of bone blocks, and that's like the simplest thing ever also. So yeah, have to say, very impressed with the new crafting system. And look at that, we have enough for 1 more. Oh, but we need more cobble. So, all right, cool. Well, let me just grab this last little bit of cobble. We'll make up our final dispenser, and I will show you guys kind of our profits from today. And a boop. So we've got 4 there. I've been putting all the goodies down in here. So we got a bunch of golden nuggets. I came with all this stuff, but a little bit of iron, and mostly we got all of our levels fixed. So I'm just going to kind of gather up all 19. Oh, that's pretty good. Let's convert our iron nuggets into iron ingots. We'll convert our little bit of gold into gold ingots, 3, whatever. And yeah, all right, I think we're pretty much good to go. So I'm going to drop off the rest of this stuff. I need to grab up some more food. And then we'll make our way back on over. And I believe that should be pretty close to enough to do both sides of our mob farm. So I need a little bit more cobblestone, I think. So I'm just going to grab a little bit from the house, or from the our little base over here. I meant to bring a shulker box, but apparently I forgot it. So cool. I think we're in good shape. All right, so here we are back over here once again. So I think the plan is I want to get all of the cobblestone kind of placed in around the edge. I need to get the dispensers done up first, and I just realized I was over at my base and I was like, oh, I should grab some concrete, and I could not remember what I wanted it for, and that's definitely not going to be enough dispensers. Shoot. Well, I've got a bunch over at the Mesa base, so I think I need to make another trip. And Darn it. Oh, well. All right. Well, I need to pick up some more supplies anyway. I need to get concrete because I think this time I'm going to actually use concrete as though normally I use like a wool block. That was some weird lag. Normally I use wool in the back, but I don't have any sheep yet. So I think I'm just going to use concrete because it's white and it looks nice. And yeah, I'm going to do that. So I need to get a stack or so of concrete, maybe a little bit more, maybe 2 stacks should be, yeah, that should be fine. 2-ish stacks of concrete. I'm going to put the timer over here and yeah. Okay, cool. All right. Well, I've got more stuff to get. All right, I wasn't going to do this right now, but I'm running a little bit low on supplies like cobble and stuff like that. So I think now is a good time. I'm going to tear this mountain down. Yeah. I need to get some woods and stuff for... I didn't want to do it today. All right. I think I'll tear it all down. I'm not going to rebuild it today. So we'll save that for next episode or a future episode or something. But I'm going to run back home, grab some chests, set up a little station, probably right on the outskirts, and we'll do a time lapse of me tearing this whole thing down. I want to make it look kind of natural, and I want to get a bunch of cobble because I'm almost out. So I'm thinking maybe we'll tear it down going over to like in this general region here. So I need, what, just some chests, right? Yeah. I need to get the dispensers. And, oh, I need a bed. I think I have an extra bed over the house. All right, cool. I'll be right back. Alright, so there we have it. Everything's been removed. The ground is now nice and flat. And I think we're pretty ready to set up our pyramid, but we're going to do that on a different day. Probably need to do something with this whole thing here. And I may want to flatten some of this out and make it a more kind of streamlined incline and possibly even add some stairs or something. But like I said, that's definitely not a project for today. Now, this is actually my second time around on this. I record my time lapses at a different frame rate than I record most of the other footage. And I did my outro, I did my last couple of segments, and I did everything in the wrong frame rate. So yeah, that's awesome. But yeah, we're just going to head over here real quick. You can see it off in the distance. This is actually done. I made it back over to spawn, crafted up a couple more hoppers, filled in all of the buckets, got the redstone all done up on both sides, and the whole project's complete. And right up here at the top, that's a little AFK spot that I've created that seems to be pretty much the correct height. I'm not 100% sure if it's actually the correct height, but it seems to be working. So let's just run over here. We'll jump down. Well, actually, let's run up to the top first, and we'll take a look up there. All right, here we are up top. I set up an infinite water source up here because you never know when you're going to need water. And this is all wired up. We've got our standard kind of hopper timer setup going on over here. These are staggered deliveries. So the first one will trigger one full hopper before the second one, I guess. On this side, I think I have somewhere in the range of like 30 something. Oh no, it's probably closer to 50. And then on the other side, it's a little bit less. Not by much though. I think it's like in the 40s because I wasn't exactly sure what the optimal timer setting would be. So it's going to be, yeah, two different ones. So that is pretty much it. We're basically done. The only other thing is we can run down to the bottom. This has been running now for probably, I don't know, a little over a half an hour, give or take. Between the construction, I did one side completely, so one side was running for longer than the other, but let's just take a look at the drops. All right, so here we are down at the bottom. I did have to make some modifications to fit all of this extra storage in, because I don't know how the drop rates are going to be, so I'd rather have way too much storage than not enough. I've separated into, you know, obviously 4 sides and had to modify the entrance with the door. Additionally, this, I don't know if there was a change where if chests can't open, they don't pass items through them. I don't know what's going on with that, but this block right here was basically preventing, oh, yeah, stuff is spawning and falling on top of us. Oh, there's more. Oh my, whoa, okay, there was a spider. So yeah, so this chest was actually just retaining everything and it wasn't allowing anything to go through. And then I removed this block that was here and that seemed to fix the problem. So I guess we'll start with this one. We do have some gunpowder and we're getting a bunch of string. I will take some of these items out because, I mean, it's just junk. Now, there was a little bit of contamination in the system with blocks from building, and skeletons, unfortunately, kind of happened to be spawning up there. So rather than do a whole fight, I just kind of knocked them in the water. And yeah, so I mean, we have some gunpowder being done. You know, like I said, I'm going to do an AFK session. This one apparently is the good one, I guess. This one, I don't know which side this is. I'll have to figure this out. But this is definitely considerably more than the other two, or the other 3. So yeah, 19 there and almost 2.5 stacks there. So, and then 31 versus 42. So it seems like these two are the heavy hitters. This is probably the one on the side that was completed first. But guys, that's going to do it. I'm out of time. I do want to thank you a bunch for watching. Hope you enjoyed it. If you did, let me know. Hit that like button. Leave me a comment. If you have a suggestion for a future episode, leave it in the section, you know, the place where you put words. Yeah, that comment section. And I'll see you guys next time. So thanks for watching. Have a great day. Bye.